I'm Mark, and this is my channel. You've seen, one of my other hobbies, trying to make music, and I'd like to show you one of my other hobbies. It's brewing mead, which is fermented honey. And it also goes by honey wine or Viking wine, and a few other names. Meminol, I believe it is in French. But I don't have a whole lot of time, so we need to get to it. First thing we need are our ingredients. We need honey. I use 4 pounds per gallon of water. We need water. I've already got some over in my pot. I use 4 gallons and 16 pounds of honey. Need yeast. I use Premier Cuvée. Best yeast for it. And I've already started my yeast. In the juice of 1 lemon, the zest from a lemon, black tea, and I'm going to add some raisins here in a little while. They give nutrients to the yeast that the honey doesn't. Alright, equipment. You need a stainless steel pot. Don't use aluminum. Somebody's at my door. What's up, dude? You need to use aluminum. If they're stainless steel, if you use aluminum, the mead will react with the aluminum. You'll need a thermometer. I use a candy thermometer because it's nice and accurate. See, this is a carboy. It's a big glass jar. You can find these at your local wine shop or beer making place. About $20, $25. This is a bubbler. It allows the CO2 out. And you'll need a couple of food grade white buckets. Don't use pickle buckets because it'll taste like pickles. Alright, and spoon. That's all you need to make it. Alright, so I already have my water in my pot, and it's heated to 160 degrees. You need to get it that hot to help pasteurize it. And I've already added honey. So, well, I messed up and lost my first 2 videos doing this. I have more. Yeah, can't so you heat your water up to 160 degrees, and when it gets there, you add your honey. Make sure you stir it because it'll float to the bottom. And then you need to bring the honey water mixture back up to 160 degrees for 15 minutes so it can pasteurize. And it's going to take a little while, so I'll be back on the next video, and I'll see you on that one. Alright, we've already added about half of the honey to 2 gallons of water. I use 4 pounds of honey to every gallon of water. I like mine a little sweet. You can cut back on the honey to make it a drier mead, or you can put in more honey to make it even sweeter, but I don't suggest that. You can always add more honey to the mead itself to sweeten it up after it's done, which I think is a little bit better way of doing it. Let's see. Did I say you need to bring the temperature back up to 160 degrees for about 15 minutes so you can pasteurize? If I didn't, sorry, I'm just doing this for the first time in front of a camera. Alright, this will take a little while to get back up to heat, but I need to leave it sit for 15 minutes, and I'll see you on the next one. Alright, hi, I'm Mark. I'm back, and we're ready to take our water and honey mixture off the stove and put it into a musk bucket. This will help in cooling it off. After I get it in here, I'm going to put it into an ice bath, which is basically what it is. Put it in a bigger barrel with ice so it can cool off quickly. And because you cannot add your yeast to the mixture until the water has cooled down to at least 90 degrees. And if you leave this just sit out on its own, it's going to take hours and hours for it to cool off. So I'm going to do an ice bath with it. Hopefully it'll cool off in an hour. cool enough to add my yeast mixture. And after that, there's only another couple of steps and be ready to watch it ferment. Alright, that's going to help the honey and water mixture cool off.